Hello guys and welcome. Today I wanna discuss something. You see, I have been playing games for like more than almost 20 years now, and I was always striving to be the best in whatever I do, trying to make fun content for others. You see, and I watched some of these few videos by Grubby. He's one of the best Dota 2 players out there. And we all know that moba Dota is one of the most popular genre of multiplayer games out there. And in essence, this is why we love gaming and esports. We wanna see who's the best. We wanna have fun with the community, right? But at the same time, it almost feels like a lot of these big streamers, they always live in a bubble, right? They ban criticism, they can't handle any competitive spirit. Every time, this is also a big issue. People often mix a competitive spirit with being toxic, okay? Which is not really the case. I mean, we can literally just look at Dota 2 design, how many issues it has. You can't even surrender in a game mode that is literally designed around snowballing, right? What people don't realize is that Dota, aka Conquest, aka Defend of the Ancients, what most MOBA style gaming studio focus on, was actually never really meant for esports. And actually the game design literally promotes toxicity. Why? Because the game mode is designed in such a way that one team is always gonna be ahead and one team is always gonna be behind. And you also have you always have to abuse meta. If you don't buy the meta starters, meta items, you're gonna fall behind. So there is not really much depth in such game modes, and that's why so many people feel like arena style game modes are getting more and more popular, right? And this is what I want to discuss today, things like that, okay? But honestly, I think it's not just about. It's not about, okay, sometimes people can be toxic, okay, whatever. But what is actually matter is that how broken actually esports are, how broken social media is. What people don't understand that social media is more than 50 to 70% bots like promotional accounts. So if you don't get handpicked for these pro leagues, or if you don't use bots on social media, you literally have no chance to make it. We can literally go on Twitch and check it out for yourself. I mean, it's either guys who use view bots on top or guys who play at Pro League. It's always the same story, and everybody else basically has no chance to make it. And that has been always a huge issue of esports. Nobody know how to manage sports anymore. Even fucking UFC, one of the biggest companies in the world, is losing viewership because of that. Because sports without proper tournaments and rankings are meaningless. There is no reason to watch sports or esports when you have no official online tournaments or rankings where everybody would have a chance to prove themselves. When you have no rankings. In UFC, they literally stage every fight. There is no such thing as rankings or tournaments, what every sports needs. They literally stage every fight. So why would anybody still watch it, And in Smite, for example, it's the same problem. We have no rank leaderboard, no rewards or community tournaments for arena fans. You literally only have a chance if you play Conquest. And then on top of that, they also design a whole esports pro scene around North America, right? So they ignored EU players, which is the biggest region, international players, they have been ignoring console players, arena players, which will be the most popular game mode if Harris literally won't force everybody into Conquest Dota, So they ignore 70% of their player base and then they expect good results. And can we really expect innovation from these gaming studios that there hasn't been innovation in the last 20 years, right? They still think that Dota Conquest is what made MOBA genre. They're totally clueless. It is actually all these countless of community-made maps. That's the true origins of MOBA genre, And any MOBA studio that thinks that Dota or Conquest is what makes MOBA, it's literally called Multiplayer Online Battle Arena. It's not called Multiplayer Online Battle Conquest or Dota. Like, Jesus Christ, man. I mean, you either wanna win or you don't. You either want to improve yourself or you don't. And that's a problem. When people get handpicked for pro leagues, they don't really improve themselves. They ignore most of their competition, and then they just get big egos. And they're not really open for criticism, right? And that's a massive issue. If you want to be the best, you have to know how to handle it. You need to know how to make fun of it, you know? I highly suggest that anybody who is interested in gaming, who loves gaming, that you watch animation called the King's Avatar animation. It is probably one of the best gaming animation out there. And if you love MOBA games or MMORPG games, or if you work in gaming studio, you can really learn so much from it. How to actually make a complete games. And this is what probably one of the best work Tencent did. You know, even though it's a kind of shame because this animation used to be free on YouTube, now it's only first 3 episodes that are free on YouTube. The rest you can watch, you know, maybe on 9anime or somewhere. But I'm not really sure why Tencent just didn't put it on YouTube and put ads into it like everybody else, and you know, we could all enjoy it. And it's also, I would love to use some clips from these animations from my videos, but they're all highly copyrighted and so on, which is also another issue, you know. But if you love gaming, you're gonna love this animation. It's called the King's Avatar animation. Probably one of the best gaming animations out there for sure. Also, can we really expect innovation from gaming studios like Riot or Valve that make League of Legends and Dota 2? They literally copied the work of a community members 20 years ago, and since then there is barely any innovation. All they do is make new skins, make new champions. They don't even make new maps. You know, the whole essence of MOBA genre is all these countless of community-made maps. People that still think that MOBA, aka multiplayer online battle arena genre, is made out of Dota. They never really understood how the origins of genre and the true essence of why people love it. It is basically fight of characters, and it's all these countless of community-made maps. And Dota, aka Defense of the Ancients, was just one of them. So why are we still only focusing on this one map? The community has been literally begging League of Legends and Dota 2 to make more maps. And no, in fact, they even removed Domination, they removed Twisted Tree Line, you know. And all MOBA studios are doing the same mistake, like Smite. They have been pushing players towards Conquest for years now. You know, even though Arena we have in Smite could easily be the most popular game mode. If we actually had basic rank functionalities like leaderboard, rewards and actual community tournaments, but no, they scrapped all that. They pushed everybody into Conquest, which also makes this fake narrative in the community that you have to play Conquest. If you play anything else, you are not even considered a competitive player, no matter how much you love the game, no matter how much you work on yourself to be the best in those game modes. So this just divides the community, and that's literally the biggest reason why Smite has been dying. They only focus on Conquest, and they remove fun game modes and arena rank functionalities from the game. This is literally why Smite is dying for the last 5-7 years. And this is the same reason why Dota and League of Legends are dying. Because these guys who don't really understand what's the essence of MOBA genre. They just focus on Conquest, Dota, aka Defense of the Ancients, ignore everybody else, and then expect good results, you know? And that's why Arena is probably the biggest open niche on the market for any MOBA studio. If you just make Arena with ranked leaderboard, rewards, good action combat, good social systems, you can be the most popular MOBA game right now, you know? And then this guy, you know, I know he's a passionate player. I know he's a good guy, okay? Don't get me wrong, you know? But when you are banning people, these guys are not even toxic in his chat. And he's still removing their comments and permanently banning them. That's the problem with most streamers. They live in a bubble. And then they call themselves the best. We have the same problem in smite community. We literally have world champions that call themselves world champions, but they never deserved it. Because esports is totally mismanaged. We have no real rankings, no real tournaments, online official tournaments where everybody would have a chance to prove themselves. No, they handpick their teams, they handpick their players. You know? And then they call themselves the best, they call themselves champions so they can get more followers on social media. And if you play on these pro leagues, right, people automatically think you are one of the best, even though you are not, even though you got handpicked, right? This is such a massive issue.
Just war. Find people and play together with, then I'll never have that experience again. Kind of isolating myself from the solo queue that I've often actually preferred in MOBAs. I love solo queuing in general.
I mean, I feel like he's just me, you know, he's just like me. He's just a guy who loves something, you know, and he's trying to his best. And when you are a streamer, I also understand that when you are a streamer, people always talk shit about you. And sometimes it's just too much. Like, you're just a guy who loves the game. Why do I have to take all this disrespect and this shit from guys who are probably even worse at the game than you are? You work at years on yourself to be the best at something. Right? And then these guys come in, they always, you know, they don't even try to listen or understand you, or they don't even care about improving. They just wanna have their opinion to be right. And I understand in such sense it makes sense to do censorship, okay? I mean, I would never do censorship if I would be a big streamer, but man, you know? But also, if you wanna call yourself to be the best, you need to be ready to take some competitive spirit. I mean, that's what it takes to be the best, you know? And if you're a challenger, if you are master ranked, you know, then I mean, it's a competitive game after all. This is why we love it. You have to make fun out of it. You have to make things competitive and fun, not just ban people, you know? That's not a good way to go. Even though some people push it too much, I understand, you know?